hereby call to order this public hearing of the Monterey County Committee on School District Organization on Wednesday, today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2015 at approximately 6:30 p.m. on the matter of receiving a valid citizen's petition requesting the transfer of territory, namely the Greenfield High School, from the South Monterey Joint Union High School District to the Greenfield Union Elementary School District, and for the creation of the Greenfield Unified School District. Dr. Nancy Kowski, the Monterey County Superintendent of Schools, to introduce the committee members and Monterey County Office of Education staff, and I believe the
Well, good evening, everyone. It's just such a pleasure to be here in King City this evening and to have been at Greenfield yesterday. So it's been an exciting 2 days as we're facing this petition for unification of the Greenfield schools. So at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you the chair of the Monterey County Committee for School District Organization, Harvey Kuffner. Now also the County Committee for School District Organization is the same body that sits as the Monterey County Board of Education. So you're really seeing both groups in one here tonight. And Harvey is the chair of this committee. Sitting next to him is Judy Pennycook, member, John McPherson, and next to John is Mary Claypool. And next to Mary Claypool is Ron Panziera. And Ron Panziera is the South County representative on the Monterey County Board of Education. And also the chair of the Monterey County Board of Education. So it's a great pleasure to introduce them to you tonight. And also with us tonight is our staff. Sitting next to me is my right-hand person right here, Carla Stewart. Next to her is our Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Deneen Gus. And next to Deneen is Gary Bossum, our Associate Superintendent for Business Administration. And next to Gary is our Administrative Officer, Ginny Brown. And over there, operating the system, we have with us Tom Mooneyham, who is also with our County Office of Education. And I'd also like to introduce our two interpreters to you. And where are our interpreters? Right over here on my left. And we have with us Nancy Gomez. That's not Nancy Gomez. So why don't you introduce yourself? Sergio Cifuentes. Okay. And is that Angelica? Angelica Ramirez is our Triqui interpreter as well. Okay, very nice, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kowski. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Well, the purpose of the hearing today and yesterday is to receive public comment on a valid petition requesting the creation of a Greenfield Unified School District. The petition was submitted on October 15, 2015 by petitioners Laura Caballero, Leticia Martinez, and Mayra Perez Diaz. Signatures were submitted to the Monterey County Elections Department for verification. The Elections Department notified the County Superintendent on November 17th that they verified 1,560 signatures of registered voters in the Greenfield Union Elementary School District, meeting the sufficiency requirements of the petition. The Monterey County Committee on School District Organization is a legally authorized committee to evaluate issues like citizens' requests to create new districts, changes in boundaries of school districts, as well as other matters such as the number and method of electing school trustees. In this county, as well as many other counties, the Monterey County Board of Education members are the members of the county committee, as Dr. Nancy Council just mentioned. The county committee is here today to listen and learn from the communities on the matter of the Greenfield Unification petition. The county committee will not respond to the speakers or be making any comments on the subject. Our time for discussion and making a decision on the subject will come early next year in a public session held at the Monterey County Office of Education in Salinas. And before I go into the process of outlining the public comment, let me mention this. Many of you, I suspect, were at the meeting we had in Greenfield yesterday. Legally, the county committee is required to have a hearing in any district that is affected by a change in boundary. And of course, that's why we have a meeting in Greenfield, and that's why we have a meeting in King City. I know a lot of people who were there yesterday may still want to speak today. However, you aren't necessarily required to do so because you do have a record of your testimony from yesterday. However, I also want to invite any new person who hasn't had a chance to use the microphone to talk with us, to obviously take the time to do that. And I understand we have some requests for speakers that we have Ginny Brown at the end has, and she will call the names out and so you can be ready to speak when necessary, when you call. Okay. Now here's how the public comment session will be organized. The petitioners or their representative will be given 5 minutes to make opening comments. Greenfield Union Elementary School District will be given 5 minutes to make opening comments. And the South Monterey County Joint Union High School District will then also be given 5 minutes to make opening comments. The County Committee will then hear comments from the members of the public, who will be allotted up to 2 minutes as speaker. Now, all comments are to be directed to the chair of the County Committee. Persons who wish to speak must fill out a request form, which is available as you walk into the door, and give it to Jenny Brown. And please print your name legibly. I guess it's a little late to say that now, isn't it? And speakers will be called in the order the requests were received. In order to speed up the process, you don't have to take all of your allotted time. One way to begin is to say, I'm in favor of, or I'm opposed to unification because, and give us your reasons. If someone else has already said what you would like to say, just say that you agree with the previous speakers who supported or opposed unification. Jenny Brown will call 3 names at a time, and please come forward and be ready to take your turn to speak. When you begin, state your name and the city or area in which you live. Be respectful of all of tonight's speakers. Give them an opportunity to be heard without unnecessary applause or interruptions or demonstrations of any kind. All speakers will be signaled that they have 30 seconds left. Following public comment, the petitioners will have 3 minutes for final comments. Greenfield Union Elementary School District will have 3 minutes for their final comments. And South Monterey County Joint Union High School District will also have 3 minutes for their final comments. Okay, I hereby open the public hearing. Kitty, read out the names of the first people on your list. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Petitioners, you have your 5 minutes.
Good evening, committee board members and community members both of Greenfield and King City. My name is Myra Perez-Diaz. I have been a resident of Greenfield for over 23 years and attended Greenfield schools. And I currently have 2 children at Cesar Chavez Elementary School in Greenfield. I, along with my fellow chief petitioners here, are all parents and or grandparents of students attending Greenfield City Schools. We submitted the petition for unification, seeking local control of our high school and to ensure that a seamless educational flow occurs for our students from kindergarten to high school graduation.
Good evening, my name is Leticia Martinez. I have been a resident of Greenfield community since 1970s. I have two daughters currently attending Greenfield High School and one in Vista Verde. We are very pleased by the educational progress made by the Greenfield School. We, the petitioners, are current or recently elected board members with a desire to continue the build up this progress. As petitioners, we have heard the community desire for the improvements such as alignment of school calendar, improved educational opportunities, and better communication with the school, leadership that is based in our community. This is the right, and we are ready.
Buenas noches, miembros de la mesa directiva del Condado de Monterrey. Mi nombre es Laura Caballero, una de la petición. He vivido en la ciudad de Greenfield por los últimos 23 años. Soy madre de 4 hijos, 8 nietos, los cuales fueron a la escuela, 3 a la escuela de Greenfield y King City. Tengo nietos todavía yendo a la escuela y familiares. Lo cual en mis últimos 4 años de haber sido miembro de la mesa electiva, trabajamos juntos con los 5 miembros de la mesa para elegir un personal y la comunidad esté lista a esta transición que nos interesa. Ahora, como lo vemos en los más de 2,000 firmas que se recolectaron de los votantes, que son ciudadanos registrados para votar, eso nos da el valor de decir que estamos listos para esta transición. También creo que es tiempo de que la comunidad y los hijos de estas familias tengan su propia identidad. Esos que están a favor de esta transición, por favor, si se pueden levantar silenciosamente. Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, Greenfield Union Elementary School District, up to 5 minutes.
Good evening, committee members. So yesterday I had an opportunity to talk with you about the process and how it started back in November 2014 and how we arrived here today. I do want to say very quickly, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues, that we do as a district have the educational capacity to lead this work and then lead this transition. We're very solid. Our leadership team at the top, our assistant superintendents, our directors, our coordinators, our teachers, our classified support staff, all of our personnel, I think that we got them at the highest level of excellence. And I think that's very important for everyone to know that we feel very confident in our ability as a school district. And I'm speaking on behalf of all of our staff members. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Scott Smith, who's our Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services. That's how our district is now structured. And then also Dr. Kimberly Bergman, who oversees all of our educational services, so they can talk to you a little bit about our structure and what we do.
Good evening, I'm Kimberly Berman. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services for Greenfield Union School District. In my role, I oversee special education and student services, English language learners and migrant education, accountability and assessment, and curriculum and instruction. During my time here, I've worked alongside my administration and directors to ensure an educational infrastructure that best supports teaching and learning and student achievement, and we are making tremendous strides in this area. Just one example of this is our new intervention program we have implemented to ensure remediation and support for our students in the classrooms. We hired and trained 32 instructional aides to implement and facilitate our response to intervention framework. We are ready to operate and integrate a K-12 system oriented to college and career readiness. We have built capacity to put us in a position to support a successful, unified, seamless K-12 educational experience.
Good evening, committee members. My name is Scott Smith, and my role in Greenfield Union School District is I am the Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services. I supervise the Human Resources Department, the FMOT Department, the Food Services Department, the Fiscal Department, and the Technology Department. And as I look over those departments, I want to report to you that I believe that we have the personnel in all of those departments to take on the additional responsibility of running a high school. Not only are we fiscally sound and have a good outlook in the future in our current reserves, we also have put together over the last few years one of the most robust technology networks in the county. I would put up our district's network and our capacity with the 1 gigabyte internet connection to assume additional capacity for an additional school. We also have a good track record with your representatives through the Williams fit inspections on our facilities maintenance and taking care of our facilities well. As a 16-year employee of Greenfield Union Elementary School, I would like to report to you that I honestly believe that our district is more ready now under our current leadership and the direction of our superintendent to take over the high school than ever before. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, South Monterey County Joint Union High School District, up to 5 minutes.
Good evening, President Kuffner and trustees, Superintendent Katowski, cabinet, staff, and members of the public. I am Paulette Bumlow, a member of the Board of Education in the South Monterey County Joint Union High School District. Thank you for the opportunity to address you again. Because unification at this time is a local issue and not yet a state of California issue, and we are about to reclaim local control, we in the high school district and the community must manage and guide our local issues. Tonight we begin the process of reviewing a petition for the unification of the Greenfield Elementary School District. The concept of community-run schools is deeply rooted in our country. And as a school board, we honor and respect the concept of a K-12 system. There are 2 statements I would like to make as this process begins. First, as mentioned, we respect the rights of the community to pursue unification and explore unifying as one district serving students kindergarten through 12. We as a board want to be assured all students we serve continue to be provided a high-quality education and that no student is denied the opportunity to pursue their potential and dreams of a better future. Second, we understand the County Office of Education has initiated the services of School Services of California to study the 9 criteria for unification, and we await the results of that study. In advance, we thank you for your thoughtful and thorough examination of facts as they are presented to you by experienced and neutral third-party experts. Our message tonight is the same message our state administrator, Dr. Morrell, has been sharing since this topic first emerged over 1 year ago. And it is quite simple. Let's all commit to do what is best for our students. As a school board, we will study the required analysis, assuring it shows that unification will not compromise in the short or long-term service to our students. We are not concerned about the outcome, as we believe it will be based on facts. We're not concerned about the process, as we trust the County Board of Education to make a legally sound decision. What we are concerned about is unproductive, negative commentary that creates a divided community. We as a board want this unification process to be collaborative in the community. The unification process has begun, and now the analysis will be based on facts and guided by a desire to do what is best for kids. We hope the county board will join us in asking our community to engage in positive, accurate sharing of information to
preserve the nature of our community and to work collaboratively in seeking what is best for our students. On behalf of the 80-plus employees who come to work every day at Greenfield High School and work hard to serve food, manage our offices, coach, counsel, teach, clean, and run our schools, we ask that you remember they work very hard for our children and young adults. Messages that indicate otherwise do nothing to build morale, offer appropriate thanks, or model for our children and young adults responsible deliberation and collaboration. If the legally mandated evaluation process demonstrates that unification is the right thing for our children, then it will happen. Let's allow the facts to be studied in a productive and collaborative environment. Let's look for a decision that will benefit our children. Let's commit to a productive, positive, and respectful process. We know the dedicated employees at Greenfield High School and the Greenfield community deserve this, and we know it will serve as a model of civility and democracy for all students. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now the public comment period will begin.
We have we have several people that have indicated they'd like to speak tonight. So I'll read 3 names and ask you to please queue up behind the microphone. And as the first 2 people finish, I'll read 2 more names so that we can move this along. First tonight we'll have Bertha Gonzalez, followed by Sarah Norberg, followed by Phil Elrott.
Good evening. My name is Bertha Gonzalez. I have been president of Greenfield CSEA chapter for the past 15 years. I have been an employee of the Greenfield Union School District for 30 years. As a long-term Salinas Valley resident involved in education, I have been able to see the benefits of unification in neighboring communities. We are here on behalf of our classified unit members who are in strong support of this unification and are looking forward to the collaboration that will occur. With me tonight is one of our members, Sarah Norberg, who would like to share a few words.
Thank you. My name is Sarah Norberg. I've been living and working in Greenfield since graduating from college in 2011, and I'm the Chief Job Steward of CSEA Chapter 526. Apart from our members overwhelmingly supporting unification as employees, they also support unification as Greenfield parents, grandparents, older siblings, and relatives themselves. We are impacted by the same issues and concerns as the Greenfield community members. For example, the lack of school calendar alignment between grades K through 8 and the high school creates hardship for our members and their families. I would like to share the experience of our preschool secretary. 2 years ago, the family made plans to vacation in Mexico, but the eldest child in the high school still had finals to complete a week after everyone else was on vacation. Because of this, he stayed behind that last week to complete his finals and took a separate plane ticket to reunite with the family. This is just one example of the disruptions that separate calendaring may cause. I want to stress that these calendar discrepancies are commonplace between separate districts, not due to any ill will from the high school district, but because the high school district must reconcile their calendar with the calendar of our Greenfield K through 8 district and the calendar of King City's K through 8 district. It is simply more challenging logistically.
30 seconds.
Unification provides greater opportunities for coordination and collaboration that will benefit our unit members, students, teachers, families, and the community they serve. It is for these reasons and more that the classified unit members of Greenfield Union School District so strongly support this effort. I thank you again for giving our chapter the chance to articulate its support. Thank you.
Following Mr. Elrod will be Juan Uranga, followed by Stephanie Garcia. If you would please line up.
Good evening, members of the committee and members of the community. My name is Philip Elrod, and I'm the union president of the Greenfield Teachers Association. Our union has a membership of 160 teachers, And I've been a teacher at Vista Verde Middle School for 15 years. And when I first started teaching in Greenfield, I did live in King City, and 2 of my sons did graduate from King City High School, and they're very successful now. And I know as teachers, throughout the year, we have contact with parents through conferences and various different opportunities to speak with them. And what we have found over the years is that parents in the Greenfield community have a deep concern about the future of their sons and daughters, whether it's to go to college or have a career. And because of that desire of the community, we as teachers strongly support unification for our residents. And I think that is something that Greenfield City really desires. And in the past 15 years, all of us have seen many, many changes. I know where I work at, I've seen changes with going from a whiteboard to now I have smart boards. Going from we did testing with paper to now everything's online. Many, many changes. We've also seen changes with our superintendent, principals, many, many changes. And a lot of the changes have been good. In the last year and a half, we've seen some really good changes with our new superintendent and his leadership. But I think one change that's very long overdue, and which is the strong desire of the Greenfield community,
30 seconds.
is the unification of the Greenfield School District. Thank you for your time.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Madam Superintendent. My name is Juan Uranga. I am the Executive Director and Attorney for the Center for Community Advocacy. People know us as CCA. CCA had been representing a group of families from Greenfield that 2 years ago started looking into the idea of unification. We've been working at it for 2 years. In those 2 years, I personally have done some legal research to see what it would be required in order to bring about unification. And after that, we engaged in a series of meetings with various public officials. We met with the superintendent, we met with the state administrator, we met with the mayor and some of the council members of the city council of the city of Greenfield. And finally, when we thought that we were ready to do so, we met with the superintendent of the Greenfield Elementary School District, and we addressed the Greenfield Elementary School District Board. Last year, we asked the board to begin the process to look into unification. We asked them to do that because after all the studying that we had done, all the interviews that we had done, all the meetings we had attended, we concluded, CCA and the families we're working with, that Greenfield is ready now for unification. That Greenfield is ready now to take control of its school district. Greenfield has the political infrastructure that it needs to run the school district. It's got the leadership that it needs, both political and community leadership that it takes to run the district. The city itself is unified, totally unified, behind the idea of unification. It's plain to me, and I hope it becomes plain to you, that Greenfield is ready to take control of its high school, and that now is the time to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Following Ms. Garcia will be Rory Livingston and Filiberto Camacho. If you would please take your place in line.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity to address you tonight. My name is Stephanie Garcia. I am a resident of Greenfield and the mother of 2 children. I am in support of the unification of Greenfield High School into the GUSD. Due to my son's inter-district transfer being denied from Salina City Elementary over the summer, my husband and I decided to enroll our children in our hometown district for the first time in 8 years. My son is a 4th grader at Cesar Chavez Elementary, and my daughter is an 8th grader at Vista Verde Middle School. Our experience thus far with GUSD has been extremely positive. I am beyond pleased with the opportunity my children are provided to broaden their academic studies with art, music, and in my daughter's case, a trip to Cal Poly this past weekend to experience their music program, and a trip to Washington, D.C. this coming spring. I believe a vital component to every child's education is stability and continuity. GUSD currently boasts an ADA of 98%. meaning our K through 8 kids are going to school, staying in school, and benefiting tremendously from our wonderful administration,
30 seconds.
teachers, staff, and the support of the school board and community. I believe continuing these attributes and supporting our children on their journey from kinder through their own high school is in the best interest of our children and our community. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Rory Livingston. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Business and Human Resources for the King City Union School District. I'm here either for or against unification, but I do have some concerns. So you understand the basis of my concerns. I'll give you some of my background. Prior to becoming the Assistant Superintendent at King City Union in 2010, I served as the Assistant Superintendent for Business for both the King City Union and the King City Joint Union High School District, and carried them through the receivership process with the state of California after we failed to save them. I was brought in 2008 by the Financial Crisis Management Assistance Team to try to turn the two districts around. Prior to that, I served as a fiscal advisor to the special trustee at Compton Community College. Prior to that, I was the Assistant Superintendent for Business at William S. Hart Union High School District in Santa Clarita. Prior to that, I was the Assistant Superintendent for Business at San Luis Coastal Unified School District at San Luis Obispo. Prior to that, I was the Business Assistant at Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District. I have been in school businesses operations since the Proposition 13. My concern that I have is in the feasibility report for which this petition is based on. The unification feasibility analysis prepared by my friends at Capital Advisors. It is woefully inadequate. The two areas of immediately concern that point out
30 seconds.
is criteria 3. It is silent to the actual division of assets. It speaks to changing the collateral on the loan, which is not the process, as easy a process as they would have one believe. Also criteria 9, the financial analysis was done on a 10,000 foot level. It is woefully inadequate. It needs to be done. You have 2 separate contracts for each district that have to be brought together. There will be cost allocations that there will be best case, worst case. That has not been done. And I can, based on the information you have there, if I had this in my first government report, the county superintendent would be sending it back to my governing board for revision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Following Mr. Camacho will be Veronica Tamayo and Christina De Leon. If you would take your place in line, please.
Good evening, members of the community. My name is Filiberto Camacho. I'm the Director of IT in Greenfield Union School District, but I'm here as a parent. I'm here to speak about the experience that I have seen over the years at Greenfield Union School District. This is my 18th year of working at Greenfield Union School District. I worked as a classified staff and now as a management. I have seen numerous changes, and there's a reason why my children attend Greenfield Union School District, and that's because I am proud to say that Greenfield Union School District is providing an adequate and a very rigorous academic for my children. I have a junior right now at Greenfield High. He's taking 5 AP classes, and I would like to see that the same curriculum and same things that we give in our K-8, that those get provided to our high schoolers from 9 to 12. My son was shocked when he got to the high school, and I'm not bad-mouthing the high school, I just want to let you guys know. When he got to the high school, they didn't have the technology that we have at the K-8 level. And he was shocked to see that we still have pull-down screens when they were so used to in the last 3 years at the middle school using the interactive boards. And I think that all the students deserve to start right from the beginning and end it all the way through to going into college.
30 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you state your name, please?
Good evening, my name is Christina De Leon. I'm a resident of Greenfield. I have lived in Greenfield for 5 years. And I'm in favor of the unification of Greenfield High School to Greenfield District. And the reason is, I think there will be a better continuation of education. I have an example for this. My daughter, she goes to Vista Verde. She has a class, Abbott class. This class is created for her to meet the requirements that she needs when she graduates from high school to go to the university that she wants to go. I asked the teacher, when she graduates from Vista Verde and she goes to high school, will she be able to have the same opportunity and have this class again? They said no, because they're not the same district. So I think it will be good for the students from high school to have this class and to have the opportunity to have an extra help, especially because kids from high school, they're going through changes, trying to find their personality and their grades, they go low. So I think the extra help will be really helpful for the students from high school too. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next are Irma Rendon, Sergio Seguenza, and Tony Amezcua. Please take your place in line.
Good evening, members and Dr. Cabrera. My name is Irma Rendon. Like I said, I live in Greenfield and I'm in favor of unification. It's been a long time coming because I'm a graduate of King City High in 1967. And I remember then, way back then, feeling as a stepchild of King City High, thinking, why can't we have a high school in Greenfield? But at that time, it was very little bit of people, maybe 2,000. But I'm so happy that we have this opportunity to get our own high school so that we can continue the education the kids get from K through 8 to continue the high school in their education. Because I worked at Vista Verde for 18 years. I just retired a couple years ago. And I know that from the graduation classes that we had, like say we had 198 kids. By the time they graduated from high school, there was maybe 98 from they graduated from. Where happened to the rest? They got lost. What happened to them? Nobody knew. I'm sure you can ask teachers right now at Greenfield High, what happened to the kids when they're the ones that are not graduating? Where'd they go? They're out in the streets or they're not getting anything done. So I just really am in favor, and I hope that you consider voting for the reunification so that we can have our own school. And the kids, because I have a granddaughter who's in 6th grade,
30 seconds.
and I want her to continue her education, go to Greenfield High, and continue where she left off 8th grade, and continue 9th grade having the same thing, like Mr. Camacho said. It's time that we have our own high school. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Pitowski and the cousin. My name is Sergio Seguenza. I live in Greenfield and I'm married. I have my wife is a teacher. I have a daughter who is a teacher as well. I have a son who is in college. He's in his senior year. And they have been students at the Greenfield school since they were little. And we made Greenfield our home. And I'm actually right now I'm working in the district as a community liaison, and I have had the opportunity to talk to parents. As a community liaison, my work is to talk to the parents on a daily basis and listen to their concerns, and I have the opportunity to collaborate with them that they are in the same way of thinking that my family and all the community in Greenfield have, that we want the high school of Greenfield be part of our district. We have no complaints for the education of our kids, but it's been a dream for our community for many years that the high school be part of Greenfield. And the superintendents have passed through our district, and they have
30 seconds.
Tell us that they are going to start the process, and this is the first time that we are close to that to do that dream a reality. So I am in favor, and I want everybody to not let this time pass. We don't have more time to start the process again. So I just ask for the support of the community so we can make this dream a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Following Mr. Amezcua will be Eric Jones, Jurgen Smith, and Joel Hernandez. If you could please take your place in line.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tony Amezcua. I'm the Family Community Engagement Representative for Greenfield Union School District. My family has lived in Greenfield since 1968. I attended Greenfield Union School District kindergarten through 8th grade, and then I made the transition to Greenfield High School my freshman through senior year. Not only did I get to experience Greenfield High School as a student athlete, I also got to experience it as a coach for 4 years. Through my experience as a coach, the missing component was identity. Now with the unification in progress, our Greenfield High School students can look forward to being recognized in their own Greenfield Unified school buses, but most importantly, they'll receive a diploma that indicates graduated from Greenfield Unified School District. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My parents were in the military, so we moved every 3 years. And in 1985, I picked Greenfield as my hometown, and I'm still there because it's a great town, okay? And I have a son that went to Greenfield Elementary, middle school, and I also went to the Greenfield High School, okay? And the experience at all 3 schools was awesome for my son, okay? And all the teachers are excellent teachers, and they're good teachers, good quality teachers. My daughter is a special needs child. She went to the Gavilan School here at H3 in King City. You all know what kind of school that is. Special needs, okay? She also went to all 3 schools in Greenfield, okay? Due to her special needs condition, she could not get a high school diploma, but she got a certificate of completion, okay? Due to special needs, and she is successfully going to Hartnell College. She's got 49 credits and she's carrying a B average, but she's only taking 1 class at a time because that is her educational level, okay? In 2008, she started at Hartnell. In 2008, I also retired. And I took more interest in my daughter's education.
30 seconds.
And I recognize that the education program is awesome, okay? And the thing is, I became also a school board member. The last 2 years, first time ever, all of our science camp, 5th graders went to science camp for free. We have increased our after school program. We also summer school. We are building we're in the process of building 3 elementary schools. We're rebuilding the oldest school in our district.
Thank you, time.
We got the best superintendent and we are ready for this. We the people have been waiting for this for the last 15 years.
Thank you.
Good evening, board. My name is Eric Jones. I am a resident of Greenfield for approximately 15 years now. I have 2 children who are set to become students here shortly in Greenfield. I'd like to start off thanking King City for taking care of the high school for the years they've been taking care of it. But I also think it's time for us to take care of our own. It's our family, our children. That's why we need to take care of it. Greenfield's ready to assume control, to take care of our own children, take care of our own responsibilities. The one thing that concerns me right now is after going to the meeting last night, is checking some of the numbers online and looking at the rankings of the individual school districts. I noticed that over time, over the past few years, the South Monterey County Joint Union High School District, their ranking has dropped significantly. Wherein Greenfield the past few years has gone up steadily. This is what I want for my children when they start to go to school here in Greenfield. I want to have control of our children in our schools at our time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hernandez will be followed by Carlos Vega, Jaime Calderon, and Eulogio Solano.
Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Kotowski. My name is Roy Hernandez, and I've been organizing at the city for
Center for Community Advocacy, also known as CCA. And I want to talk about two things that have been crucial in the last 2 years since we started this process for unification. One of them has been vision. The vision that some of the residents have had to making this unification possible, and to dream ahead and kind of take ownership of some of the stuff, of the vision that they have for Greenfield. And the students and the families of Greenfield have been looking for unification. So vision has been very important. When people said we couldn't do it at the beginning, we kept going with commitment. When conflict came together, we stayed focused and we continued to persevere with that dream and that vision. When things got foggy, we cleared the road and we continue to be going with our same vision and keep that focus in mind. The second thing I want to talk to you about is leadership. Leadership has been an important issue within our community because taking that vision that they had and sharing that vision and having people to buy in that unification vision has been really important, but it's taking that leadership. You saw it yesterday and you saw it today. And you can only bring people and influence people and motivate people through leadership. Leadership is influence, that's what it's all about. Now you can have vision, but without leadership, it's just a dream.
30 seconds.
You can have leadership, but without a vision, the leadership goes nowhere. So with that, you see that Greenfield is ready, and they're ready to take it. So we expect your support in this unification process. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Buenas noches, señor Kaufman, miembros del Concilio, doctora Nancy Gatowski. Mi nombre es Carlos Vega, presidente por los pasados 25 años. Como parte del programa migrante representando High School, King City High School a Greenfield, conozco el sistema, cómo procede. Aparte que tengo 7 mis hijos. Y también como parte del proyecto educativo Greenfield, me dieron la oportunidad de venir a hablar con ustedes acerca de lo que es la fuerza, lo que estamos trabajando, lo que estamos haciendo y lo que queremos para nuestra comunidad. El señor Juan Uranga ya habló de cómo empezamos, pero quiero compartirles con ustedes la parte fundamental, la médula ósea de todo esto. Y la médula ósea quiere que ustedes sean parte de esto también, para que esto sea un éxito, para que nosotros tengamos control de la educación en nuestros hijos, en nuestra propia comunidad. Queremos ser parte de la educación fundamental y básica y excelencia que no tenemos, que carecemos desde hace muchos años. Yo sé que esto en el 2010 tenía que ser, no 2010, 2007, tenía que ser parte de Greenfield, según lo acordado. No se ha logrado por varias razones, varias situaciones que me supongo que ustedes ya conocen. Pero sí quiero hacer mención de la gente que ha trabajado por esto. La comunidad de Oaxaca, los residentes de Greenfield, la señora Claudia Ríos, que no está presente, es la parte fundamental, la ciudad de Greenfield, el apoyo de CCA y todos los líderes como el señor Andrés Cruz, Luis García, López Donato, etcétera, etcétera, y su servidor que fui elegido esta noche. Gracias y espero que nos apoyen.
Gracias.
Buenas noches a la mesa directiva. Mi nombre es López Donato, soy residente de la ciudad de Greenfield, tengo viviendo 23 años, soy padre de 5 hijos. Y parte del proyecto educativo comunitario de Greenfield, quiero hablar un poco de las razones por qué comenzamos la unificación. La razón es tener el control local de la high school, ser parte de nuestro distrito y no de King City. Tener un camino de kinder hasta el 12 grado en nuestro distrito como está en mi playera. Que las fechas al comienzo del año, vacaciones y final del año sean igual. Y sobre todo tener ese sentido de comunidad que no hemos tenido, porque a pesar que la preparatoria está en Greenfield, no se siente que es de nosotros. Por eso pedimos su apoyo en este proceso de unificación. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Mr. Calderon will be followed by Paul Dake and then Lelia Salinas.
Good evening, Mr. President and the members of the board and the public. I agree with everyone who has proposed the unification, but I do want to put another spin to that. But before that, let me tell you that my full name is Jaime Calderon. I am a parent of a kindergartner in Greenfield. I am also a parent of a freshman in the high school. And for full disclosure, I'm also an employee of Greenfield Union School District. Up to now, you've heard from a lot of people who represent a very diverse community. I am one of them. I was an English learner and an immigrant, and a proud member of a community who feels like they are in the best country in the world with the best opportunities. And one of the last things that a community usually gets is dignity. And a unification will represent a very dignified process and bring dignity to the community the following ways. A single governing board. There will not be a need to travel to another town to visit another board in order to make voices known. The dignity of self-leadership. The days are long gone, that was spoken yesterday, of someone from outside running your affairs in your own town. The dignity of a streamlined service within the same town, all the way from phone messages that come from the same place to a similar or the same website.
30 seconds.
What about the dignity that is highlighted by the high school, which is typically the heart of a community? That dignity represented by what many are very familiar, and that is everybody coming together to a stadium, and that there's tremendous dignity in that. So I wanted to point out to that, and I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Paul Dake. I'm a former trustee for the Greenfield Union School District, and I am speaking in favor of unification. As a member of the Greenfield Board, I voted for a resolution for unification back in 2009. That was somewhat side-railed by FICMAT and King City High School issues. But I want to talk today also from the point of view of a teacher. I've been a teacher for 30 years, teaching middle school, and dealing with middle school students and trying to get them ready and transition them into a high school district that is not part of my school district has been a chore that we've had for years. And so I think that being able to have a seamless transition of the curriculum from kindergarten through 12th grade, dealing with the new Common Core standards and being able to address those all the way through high school will be a definite plus for the community of Greenfield. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Salinas will be followed by Marco Enriquez and then Sonia Aramburo.
Buenas noches,
Buenas noches.
mesa directiva y a todos los presentes. Mi nombre es Lilia Salinas, soy madre de un estudiante senior que se va a graduar este año y yo tengo mucho gusto en decir que apoyo la unificación porque ya es tiempo. Nuestra comunidad ya está lista, está preparada, tiene el personal adecuado, capacitado. Más que todo, Greenfield necesita su identidad. Que nuestros hijos en su diploma diga Greenfield High School. Que ellos representan su comunidad. Que cuando vayan a las universidades o colegios, su diploma, ellos se sientan orgullosos representando su pueblo de donde se graduaron. Otra cosa, que el distrito tenga la autoridad de controlar lo que por ley le corresponde a nuestros hijos, recibir su educación de calidad. Más que nada, estamos y sentimos la necesidad de que ya es tiempo, ya hemos aguantado y esperado esta oportunidad que creo que ustedes como personas saben que ya estamos listos. Nuestra comunidad ha esperado por mucho tiempo y creo que si ustedes como personas que representan la educación saben que Greenfield está lista. Gracias.
Gracias.
Good evening, members, community members, and committee members. My name is Marco Enriquez, and I'm currently a 4th grade teacher at Greenfield Union School District, and I'm also a graduate of Greenfield High School, 2005. So I couldn't feel more proud to work in the community I grew up with, and I just wanted to say that I'm in favor of unification because it would really remove the barrier that there is between K through 8 and the transition onto high school. As a teacher now, I get to see the students grow through 8th grade, but then without the unification, I wouldn't really be able to see that because they would be part of another district. And so I really do feel that Greenfield High School couldn't be in better hands now with the leadership team that we have now, with our superintendent and our 2 assistant superintendents. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Sonia Rombero will be followed by Lisa Maza and Shelley Deutero.
Good evening, President, Board President, Superintendent Fatasi, and members of the board. My name is Sonia Aramburu, and I'm principal at Mary Chapman Academy, as well as a resident of Greenfield. I have been in the district for 7 years, and I am in favor of unification. We have strong leadership in the Greenfield Union School District. There's competency and vision to accommodate families and provide continuity across educational systems, instructional expectations, and discipline protocol. Educational systems would remain the same. We would have back-to-school nights, open house, common calendars, common grading systems. Our instructional expectations include common pacing guides and assessment. Our discipline protocol would include common strategies such as slant 100%, track the teacher, or track the speaker. We have safe school environments that will continue on through high school. We can support the languages spoken in our community by having a continuation of transitional kinder through 12th grade. And the high school would be a part of our community, the Greenfield community. Our neighbors Gonzalez and Soledad have both proven that it can be done successfully and fully benefits the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, members of the committee and the community. My name is Lisa Maza, and I am speaking in favor of the unification. I was principal of Greenfield High School in South Monterey County, Joint Union High School District, for 2 years, and then principal at Vista Verde in Greenfield Union School District for 1 year. And currently, I am the Director of Student Services and Special Education in Greenfield Union School District. Through these roles, I am very familiar with the data from both districts, the processes, the procedures from both districts, and can speak to the positivity in the unification of the two districts. I have had a distinct pleasure in working with the staff at both districts, and I can share with you one of the common concerns that has been brought up at both locations on the part of teachers is the collaboration schedule. One district has collaboration on one day, and the other has it on a different day. And so you can imagine articulation with teachers has become something that would be difficult due to this obstacle in calendar. So that is one area that we would be able to work on, is teacher collaboration as we solidify a common collaboration calendar. And this would preserve instructional time for teachers and students in the classroom.
30 seconds.
Another example is the AVID program. A couple of years ago, the AVID program was forced to close at the high school due to financial constraints. Vista Verde remains an AVID school, and joining the school districts together would provide the opportunity to rebuild the AVID program at the high school, thus creating a pathway for students on the road to success for college and career readiness. I strongly recommend that we join both districts together.
You can finish the sentence.
Shelley will be followed by Lori Mendez and then Tina Martinez.
Hi, good evening. I am Shelley Dutter, teacher and parent in this district for 1.5 years in Greenfield. I moved here intending to work in the same district that my daughter will be going to attend for K-12. I worked at the middle school last year, and I am currently the district science lead. I come with 20 years of teaching experience at a K-12 district, Mendota Unified, similar to Greenfield, And we, when I worked at the middle school, we had buyback days and collaboration days where we saw each other and worked together, approximately 8 to 12 days per year. We had vertical team meetings within subjects to prepare, to better prepare students for the requirements of the next level. We work together to help students reach their full potential. What better student study team than one that includes teachers from the previous years to advise? We at Greenfield are doing groundbreaking work within the next generation science standards. We're partnering with neighboring districts such as Soledad and Gonzales, including their high schools. We, as well as King City, the K-8. We all answered and accepted the call of a grant through CSUMB and El Camino Education Alliance, and we're actually hosting the inaugural event tomorrow at Greenfield Memorial Hall. We're actually leading the South County in implementation of the next generation science standards. We are implementing the integrated model recommended by the state of California. We have teachers at 6th, 7th, and 8th grade who are used to mainly teaching one discipline of the science, earth, or life, or physical.
30
And,
seconds.
now with the integrated model, all middle school teachers are teaching all 3 disciplines. Imagine the expertise of the work that we're doing in my district.